Even if you make out with your friend, it's not going to fix your other issues.
It might create some new ones.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to the final episode
The last one, guys.
of the SaVeg podcast.
This is crazy.
I know.
End of
an era.
almost 6-year era.
5.5 year era.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? I think I just discovered
What did you discover?
on the final episode. You know how these mics, it always falls down?
Yeah.
I think I figured out how to fix it.
No, you figured it out now.
So like, you know, at the bottom, like if you look at yours, you see like the pole, it like touches the bottom. Yeah. I just pulled it up and I feel like it doesn't fall down. Cause you know, it always like kind of like falls. Yeah. I think it's cause the pole.
Oh my God, guys. That
We
is
literally,
actually hilarious.
I literally just discovered it on our final episode, a way to fix the mics.
Yeah, literally.
Right?
Oh my God. All this time we were struggling, guys.
For like 5 years, we were like, why is this mic stand so shit? And
Look, it like perfectly stays now. This is insane.
yeah, because normally it would fall. If you guys are watching on video, it like falls, you know, like forward. Mm-hmm. But it's because it's, oh my God.
That's actually embarrassing, but hilarious at the same time.
Well, there you go. Finally figured it out on the last episode. Anyways.
Only took us 5.5, almost 6 years.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers. We're drinking from our Spill the Tea mugs.
Yes. Thanks, Ina.
Thank you so much for these. They're so cute.
This is a gift from Ina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I rememred mine this time. We were recording the other day, and I totally forgot to bring mine. So now we both have them, and we're gonna be not really spilling some tea, but we're gonna be
yakking for the next few hours, couple hours. Possibly. Yeah. It's going to be a little bit of a longer episode for you guys.
Exactly.
So anyways, if you haven't listened to our previous few episodes, we are ending the podcast.
Yes.
This is the final one.
Mm-hmm. This one's coming out to the public.
I think
it's coming out in September. So September 1st it will be September 1st. Yeah. So
do we want to cover any news? Maybe.
I mean, we could. Do we have it? Like, what I haven't even prepared anything yet.
I know, we've
guys.
been camping.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we can talk about that a little bit. Like, so guys, we just got back from the Canadian Rockies tour, which was amazing. We had such a good time. We just basically spent like 5 nights camping. It was like 6 days.
Yeah.
With a group, with me and Rose included, there was 24 of us plus 2 guides. And yeah, what were your thoughts, Rose? It
was great.
Yeah.
We had everything kind of aligned. Mm-hmm. The guides were great. The weather was really on our side. It was like, basically I was worried that it would be raining because we had a very rainy summer. So I was kind of concerned it would rain, but we literally barely experienced any rain.
Yeah.
And when we did, it was very minor and it was like not that bad because we were already out and
it only like drizzled like once or twice, but barely.
So weather was really on our side. The group was great. The guides were great. And the guides were cooking food for us at the campsite. Yeah. And the food was like, I was kind of concerned because I was like, do you know how to cook vegan food? But they knew how to cook vegan food.
Not only did they know how to cook vegan food, they knew how to cook vegan food well.
Yeah, it was delicious.
And my biggest thing as well is like quite often, and I think this is pretty common, is like a lot of places or restaurants or whatever, they'll like make something vegan by just removing what is like the animal product, whatever else, and then they don't replace any like sources of protein. Yeah. But the 2 guides were so good because they not only knew how to make really delicious food, it was like packed with like chickpeas, tofu, like everything was like really well thought out.
It was very well balanced. Yeah. It was great. So we had a great time.
Yeah, it was good.
And now we're here to record the final episode.
I know. We got back yesterday. I know. And then
it's like a lot.
It is. And then Rose is like literally leaving in like 5 days?
I'm just going to London.
Yes.
And Italy for like 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And then you leave.
And then I leave. And I'm going to the UK. So
it somehow worked out that I leave the UK and then he comes to the UK.
Didn't plan that one. I didn't actually, guys. I didn't
my
actually.
God.
But yeah.
So we thought for this final episode, we would. Oh, by the way, if you are a Patreon supporter, we've mentioned this before, but basically for the month of September, we're not charging anybody, but we're gonna leave it open for anyone that's like already
A member.
Yeah. So you guys can like spend the month of September maybe like listening to some old bonus episodes or whatever. And then we're gonna shut it down after at the end of September. So
have some nostalgia, you know, all that kind of stuff. And the public episodes that are on YouTube, I mean, those are gonna stay up for a while, right? So it's like you guys can always go back and listen to like old episodes and
we
stuff.
did this throughout the pandemic, like the entire pandemic.
Yeah.
Because we started before the pandemic. And then
Well, yeah, because we started December 2019.
Yeah.
And then literally, I remember, because obviously the pandemic hit like March 2020.
Yes.
So we'd already done quite a few episodes pre-pandemic.
That's crazy.
And then we like basically like covered so much stuff during the pandemic. It was like there was times of people like hoarding toilet paper and hand sanitizer and like the craziness that was the pandemic. And like we were like talking about like there was just so much going on at that time.
Maybe that's why it feels kind of like, yes, it's been 5.5 years, but it really doesn't feel like it. And I feel like the pandemic has like made time accelerate. I don't know.
Yeah.
The last like 5 years feels like the last like 2-3 years. So anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And like, you know, everyone's been, you know, so sweet. Like we've gotten a lot of messages both on like Patreon and also on the YouTube comments and stuff of people being like, oh my God, like
I know
you helped us get through the pandemic and you helped us through like XYZ.
So sweet.
Yeah. So we are going to miss doing this.
It feels very weird.
It does. It's going to be weird because it's like we're so used, like we've been so consistent with this, and I think there was only like 1 or 2 times that we took like a short break.
Yes.
Because we had just too much going on.
I know.
Yeah, we've been so consistent for this whole time that it's gonna be weird not.
I know.
Doing this every Monday.
I know. What are we gonna do with so much free time?
I know. It's like, oh my God. But we do have other things going on, projects, things like that. And that's why we kind of made this call and we're like, we can't do this justice anymore. Just because of other stuff going on in our lives.
Maybe one day when we're, you know, out of nowhere, we'll release a random episode.
Oh, that could be like maybe we'll have a comeback.
A surprise episode.
Yeah. Who knows?
So, yeah. So we thought we kind of like do random shit in this episode. I do want to do a little bit of Am I the Asshole?
Yes.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Should we start with that then?
Should we do the dating Am I the Asshole?
Or the dating advice?
Yeah,
dating
advice.
over 30.
Yeah, dating over 30.
I like that subreddit.
So we're going to cover that. I thought another thing we could talk about too, guys, is like kind of like good movies or TV shows or things that we've been doing in the last like 6 months.
Sure. In the last 6 months? God, I can barely remember what I did yesterday.
Maybe not last 6 months, but...
Okay, let's see.
And then we'll also do a would you rather as well. So the question. Yeah. Will most women really reject men in their 30s with zero sexual experience? And what do I do about it? Okay. As the subject heading above suggests, I am a 36-year-old virgin.
Okay.
Do I actually need to have some sort of experience with making out or sex in my 30s before women will actually consider actually getting into a relationship with me? This is what one of my friends has been telling me, but I'm very hesitant to take his advice. I apologize if I'm not going to read all of this because there's like a lot. I apologize if the post below is too long, but I wanted to try to add as much relevant information as I thought necessary in order to give you an idea of who I am. In the past, women have utilized their perspective order to effectively give me insight into how women think and how they would react to me if they encounter me in the wild. And as a result, I especially value the insight of female Redditors, which is why I'm posting this up here instead of below. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Let's just see.
Maybe that part?
Yeah. Before I start getting into the weeds, I'd like to mention that I'm trying to improve my life. I currently live with my parents and I work part-time, live off disability. I have Asperger's syndrome and ADHD and wrecked my car several years ago. As of now, I currently have a therapist participating in vocational therapy and have a long-term plan to move out. I also feel that it is relevant to mention that I work out constantly. Okay. Now I suppose I owe an explanation into why the hell at 36 I've never kissed a girl, let alone had sex with someone. The answer is that I'm pretty different from how I was in high school and college, as far as I'm concerned. I look like a stick. lacked any appreciable muscle at the time, as well as the confidence to pursue anything sex related in high school or college, as well as any friends to push me into pursuing anything. I lacked a car or job at the time, and I felt maybe unprepared for a relationship. I should emphasize that I've always wanted a relationship, not just sex, and it never occurred to me that women might hold this against me in the future, but I'll circle back to that later. Okay. Anyway, that finally brings me to the catalyst.
We skipped a lot of stuff.
We skipped a lot, guys. This person, like, I'm not kidding you. This is like a 10,000 word essay you'd write in university. Anyways, that finally brings me to the catalyst of my post this evening. One of my friends, who is long distance, has been telling me that failure to pursue at least kissing someone early in life is going to have dire consequences for my love life for the rest of my life until I gain experience with making out. He says that most women in my age bracket will, no exceptions, do not pass go, reject me as soon as they realize I have no experience with sex. However, he has put forth a solution that does not make me happy. Practice making out with a friend. In this case, him.
What? Oh, your friend might be That sounds a little gay.
He says now, like I said, I have a preference for avoiding conflict, getting rejected constantly every time a girl finds out that I have zero experience, blah, 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 blah. My willingness to learn and improve, but according to my friend, I might not have a choice in the matter. Trust me when I say I hate to think people can be shallow in this way. But this is why I'm considering my friend's proposal in order to take one for the team and avoid a potential point of contention, even though I have no homosexual interest whatsoever, even if it's just for practice. He says it will help me find a girlfriend sooner rather than not have anyone until I'm in my 40s. But I have...
It says, but I have at least 1 month before he moves to Orlando. So he's basically considering making out with his friend.
Yeah. And his friends just like offered it to him and said, hey, if you want, you can just make out with me.
So his question is, what do you think? Is he wrong or underestimating my chances as is? Okay, here's what I will say.
It would be interesting. I would like to get this from a female heterosexual perspective. First of all,
if you've never made out with somebody, or first of all, nobody needs to know this. Like, you don't need to tell everyone you're dating that you've never made out with somebody.
Exactly.
Okay. And if you've never made out with somebody, you making out with your friend one time is not going to make you into this
suave
make out fucking king.
Yeah.
Okay. So no one is going to be like, oh my God, you made out with a guy? That was your first make out? Great. Now I want to date you. Like,
yeah.
What? I assume he means like you need to get some practice. But again, it's like one makeout section. Like, I've made out with,
your fair share,
my fair share of men. And let me tell you, I'm sure many of those men, it was not their first kiss, but you think it was.
Yeah. This is the thing. Okay. When it comes to like sex and making out and all of this stuff, like, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, generally if someone has a bit more experience,
yes,
it might be better, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the case, because there's a lot of people like to that point as well. I've also made out with my fair share of individuals and some of them I'm sure have made out with other people and are awful kissers, and like, there's just because somebody's done it a lot doesn't mean they're necessarily good at it. So I think
yes,
that to Rose's
although
point,
it does, I will say, as I've gotten older, like throughout when I was making out with men when I was younger to like when I was older, they do tend to get a little better, like generally as a general population. So I feel like, with time, that's like, like with a lot of things.
Yeah.
But making out with this one guy one time is not going to be, unless you plan on practicing with him for multiple sessions.
I know.
Which again, his friend is like at least a little gay, right?
Oh, I think his friend
is trying to manipulate him.
Exactly. I think his friend wants to experiment or is legitimately gay. I don't know, because we didn't read this whole essay.
So I'm going to read like the bullet points.
Okay.
So I think he's also just overthinking everything. But anyway.
Well, clearly, Rose. Have you seen this fucking essay?
You guys, like, this is like a book. So for more detailed, relevant explanations into how I'm trying to change my life. So he wrote like basically a paragraph per thing, but I'll just read the bullet points. So he plans to eventually move out of my parents using a program for adults with disabilities. He's working out more consistently and trying to get a tan, or starting to get a tan. He started eating better, and a need to stay encouraged to start working out. I don't know what that means, but like he's trying to like stay encouraged. And then he says, things that I'm not currently able to change are having a car, having no idea how long it will take me to earn enough to become financially independent, and early male pattern baldness. To be fair, it's not that early. How old is he? 30 something?
36. I know. That's not that early.
A lot of men. Okay.
Honestly,
Who do you think?
Honestly, too, another thing I would say, maybe not so much the kissing part, but again, you don't have to tell somebody you've never kissed somebody. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to necessarily come up in conversation. You can just go on a date with somebody. If it goes well, maybe a kiss happens.
Yeah.
And then if the kiss was like mediocre, whatever, you can just be like, hey, like, I don't have a lot of, you don't have to necessarily say like, I've never, but like,
yeah,
I don't have a lot of experience with this. It's been a long time since I've dated, blah, 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 blah. But like, actually, you know, it's not actually that surprising. More so with the kissing, yes, but I think when it comes to sex, there's more people out there than you would believe.
Yes, this
that
is
are
true.
Actually like up until their 30s are virgins.
Yes,
like, and they've never had sex. So that's actually becoming more and more common as well.
There are people out there.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Because a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, I had sex. I hooked up with these people, blah, 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 blah. It might not even be true. It could be like that they've actually never had sex.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before about how, you know, especially in Western society, male, what's it called? Virginity?
Virginity, yes.
It's a virgin pandemic.
Yes. Yeah. A virgin pandemic.
Yeah, like because people are naturally, or not naturally, are connecting less. People are having, like, overall, like, single people are having sex less. And it's becoming a problem. Yeah,
so it is. There's gonna be people. Here's the thing. There are going to be women out there that also don't have experience.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to say it's not going to be, it's going to be easy for this person. Like, you know, there's a lot of things, like he lives with his parents. To a lot of people, that's not going to be, you know, the most appealing. You know, I mean, male pattern baldness, a lot of people are going bald. It's not that big of a deal. Lack of experience. I think like the best thing, this is my perspective, is I don't know how much he's like going out there and like meeting people. I would just like meet people, like just meet people, like gain some confidence in that way. Meet lots of different people, women, men, like just socialize more.
Yeah.
And then like you get more confidence that way. And then you just end up like, this is just, he's putting so much like thought and I get it, like I understand, but it's like too much pressure on him, and now he's gonna overthink it. He's gonna kiss somebody, he's gonna freak the fuck out. I
think the reason he's put so much thought into it and really wrote this out is because he doesn't want to make out with his friend. So he's like, I'm gonna write this. His friend is like, it's fucking weird, man. Like that, if one of my like friends randomly was just like, hey Daniel, you've like, I mean, let's say I'd never made out with anyone. And they're like, hey, Daniel, you never made out with anyone. Make out with me. I'm like, what? What? Maybe not. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like,
I really want to see the comments.
I know, me too. I'm like dying for this one.
Your friend sounds really manipulative. He says you won't get a girlfriend unless you've kissed someone, and then says you should kiss him for practice even though you're straight. That's not something most friends say. It sounds like he's into you and wants to use you. Don't kiss anyone you don't want to and aren't into. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, this is not normal.
I know, it's so fucking weird.
Yeah, everyone's like, your friend is an asshole who is trying to use your insecurity to bait you into doing something you'll regret. You should absolutely not take him up on this offer. Yes. And then someone wrote, which I kind of agree with. First, your post is too long. This is not how you interact with people. Second, you have pathological anxiety. Many of us do. You are far from alone. See a therapist and consider medication. Third, stop reading about what women want on the internet. Yes, exactly. It's like he's overthinking and not actually going out there and meeting and
he's not getting out into the field.
Yes. Yeah. He's not touching the grass. Okay. Yeah. You need to just go out there and just like put yourself out there, pretend you're like fucking young or whatever. Yeah. And just like experience life. Like, young people don't learn things from like reading on the internet. Like, exactly. You learn things by experience, you know?
Or writing massive things on Reddit.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not touching the grass. He's also not touching any women right now. So.
Fourth, you're too caught up in your own shit, which dovetails? What does that mean? Anyway, from your
I think
anxiety.
it's like comes from your anxiety as well.
Am I saying that right? Dovetails?
Yeah, dovetail.
Anyways, it's really off-putting to others when your eyes are firmly oriented towards your navel, and this applies to relationship. Okay. And then basically they're like, you're a little too like, yeah.
You're just a bit too much.
Like, I get it. I understand. But like, instead of, again, this is like kind of like, I know he's not like an incel.
Yeah.
But the whole like incel community, like the involuntary celibate community, they're very like anti-woman, but like they're also like, I want to get laid, but I can't get laid, and it's a woman's fault. And all of that is just based on like internet. Like they're just spending way too much time.
Get off the internet,
listening to people on the internet and just like, yeah, just constantly overthinking everything. And then when they're actually out there in the real world interacting with real people, they can barely talk.
I know.
And it's like, okay, half your problems would be fixed if you just like go out and talk to some people.
I know this whole incel community just like blows my mind because they like low key and quite publicly like, or like vocally on the internet, like hate women and are like, or not hate women, but are like, women are the problem, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, they're like, we want to get laid.
Yes.
Well, like what woman is going to sleep with you when you're like fucking bashing women all the time?
Yeah. Someone wrote, I don't think lack of sexual experience is your problem here. I'm a guy, so perhaps this is a tainted perspective, but independence from your parents, financial stability, managing the anxiety, and overthinking could do with coming first. I agree. But also at the same time, you can still talk to people and like interact with people.
I love this part. This is the same poster.
What?
Just keep working on you and trim those essays. As an English teacher too, you write more than my kids in exams. What the
You guys, this might be the longest post we've seen. I think so.
I think it probably is.
Because we usually don't skip over parts, but we had to skip like at least half.
There was bullet points.
Yeah.
There was a whole paragraph. There was a conclusion. It was like a full out essay.
Someone wrote, 42 female. I mean this as nicely as I possibly can say it. The sex is a big deal, but all of your other issues would be a far bigger deal breaker for me. Yeah. Like the fact that he even wrote that would be the deal breaker. Yeah. Right? Like, okay.
So here's an interesting one.
Okay.
From another woman's perspective. Hey, OP, original poster. I'm a bit older than you are, but I've dated a couple late bloomer, sexually inexperienced men in my day. Your lack of physical experience would not be a deal breaker to me if you seem like you otherwise had a good handle on your life. However, there are a few red flags about your situation that would be a deal breaker. Okay. Yeah.
And it says is that you seem like you have a history of being manipulated. Because he mentioned, I guess, falling for 2 different scammers online. Yeah. So like, and his friend is obviously trying to manipulate him into making out with him. And then let's see. In addition to the bad vibes from your friend, your work, living, car situation is another sign of immaturity. While it's admirable that you're trying to get on your feet with your job training, I see your reluctance to drive a car or get your own place because you want to prioritize going to amusement parks. Okay. Obviously, it's your life and choice, but it sounds like a very selfish set of priorities. Childish. Sorry. Set of priorities. And then finally, you seem very preoccupied on finding a partner who enjoys thrill rides.
We missed a whole section of the essay, guys.
So basically, long story short, this man needs a lot of life experience.
He does.
I always say, I feel like, again, even though they're hard to find, there is going to be someone out there.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
100%.
Like, I've seen the craziest different couple matchings.
There's someone out there for everybody, guys.
Yes.
There really, really, really is.
Now, is it going to be easy? Probably not. But at the same time, it's like, the problem isn't, okay, you can't find a partner. The problem is like all of this.
I know. And the problem isn't that you haven't made out with someone or had sex with somebody.
Yes.
There's a lot of other shit on this list that you need to deal with first before you even tackle this.
Even if you make out with your friend, it's not going to fix your other issues.
It might create some new ones.
These are easy to find. I'm kind of like, we haven't done this in a while.
I know we haven't. So
I kind of like
it. Fresh.
Okay.
And this one we can go through the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you judge a man off his living situation when dating? So 32.
Just kidding.
Okay, we're done that. So So I, 32 male, am inviting a girl over for a third date this week. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty nervous about it. I live in a small studio apartment. It's really not the nicest apartment, but I make do with it. The main reason for me living here is simply because I'm aggressively paying my student loans finally after neglecting them for life experiences throughout my 20s. I won't lie, I was pretty poor with money. Okay. Anyways, I'm feeling pretty insecure about my living situation not being good enough. It's not really up to my own standards for a living situation of a 32-year-old man, so I'm just wondering how my date will feel. I want her to be comfortable, and honestly, maybe this is all in my head and it's not a big deal. I have to keep reminding myself I'm here for a reason and it's all temporary, but I've been in this tiny apartment for a long time now and feel behind where I should be.
Okay.
Thoughts?
So several things. This concept of being behind who? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, stop comparing yourself to others, focus on your own situation, which it sounds like he's doing. And honestly, just be honest with the person, right? And just tell her, like, it would be like the reason you're living in a kind of smaller studio apartment, which I'm sure it sounds like you've made it really nice and like livable because you've been there for years. Who knows? But like, there's a reason why you're doing that, right? It's not that, oh, I'm like in between jobs. I'm like, can't hold down a job. I'm all over the place. That's different. It's like, you're actually doing this for a specific reason because you're trying to pay down student loans, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, somebody should understand that. And I personally wouldn't feel nervous. And I personally wouldn't like judge a guy. Like, if I went on a date and he's like, hey, by the way, my place is kind of small because I'm just like been focusing on paying off my student loans. I'd be more like, oh, okay, he's financially responsible-ish at least. Well, he neglected it. He neglected it in his 20s, and now he's paying the price. But now he's getting his shit together. It might have taken him a bit longer than he probably should have, but he's doing it.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Rose?
Yeah, I mean, I think his situation is not, I mean, I don't know what his apartment looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously I don't know who he's dating. It's going to depend on the person that you're dating. Some people, maybe they're not going to like it. Who knows? Then whatever, they're not going to like it. Then move on to the next person.
If he's dating some like 21-year-old university girl. I mean, I know he's 32, but let's say he's dating some really young girl still in university that's used to hooking up with frat guys.
Yeah.
She's not going to care.
Yeah.
But if you're hooking up with an older, more mature lady, like around
maybe
your
she
age,
would care.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's part of dating. You got to find someone that works for you.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think I guess if I don't know how he is at the moment. Like, I think my main concern wouldn't be the apartment. My main concern would be more like, okay, so you neglected your student loans in your 20s. But again, like, it does sound like he's kind of like starting to turn that around.
Yeah.
So I think that would be my only thing. I'd be like, oh, okay, so like, are you bad with money?
and also like, how much longer do you have on your student loans?
Exactly. Like, how much debt you got?
Yeah.
You know, those student loans are not a joke.
No. Oh my God. Speaking of student loans though, in the US, I saw this this was like pre me deleting TikTok. There was someone that went on there and they had these student loans. I can't remember how much it was. I want to say like it was like 70,000 in student loans. And she'd been paying off the like minimum payment for 5 years. And she'd done like year 2 and like year 4 had done like 2 like $4 or $5 grand lump sum payments as well to try to like accelerate.
Yeah.
And at the end of the five years, she actually had more debt than when she started.
That's wild.
I know. And I'm like, what? Because apparently, like, I guess the minimum payment on some of these student loans, it just covers like the interest. It doesn't actually pay down any principal.
It's fucked up.
So if you're just paying that minimum payment, you're literally only covering that interest portion.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Well, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Are Canadian student loans, no, they're not interest free. They do have interest, but I think it's low.
Yeah, it is. I had a very small one when I went to the UK, and it was very little interest. I think it was like, I want to say it was like 2%.
I don't know how it is in the States, but I've heard the same thing said from a lot of people. They were like, "Oh my God, I've been paying them off for years, and yet I still owe more than I did before."
I know. It's
like, that should be illegal.
That's fucked up.
I don't know how, but that should be illegal.
And I think certain ones, like I don't think Alberta, because my brother took out an Alberta student loan. I don't think there was interest on that one. Yeah.
Okay, so someone wrote, "For the love of all that is holy, please make sure you have a real bed and real bedding, multiple towels, soap in the bathroom, basic hygiene." Yeah, because I don't see this apartment. Yeah. I'm going to need a picture here.
Exactly.
Because like, if it's just a studio apartment, but you have stuff like there
nicely laid out,
I don't really care about the size of your apartment or like how lovely it is. But if there's like dishes, fucking, dirty dishes on the counter, and like your bed's not made, that's gonna be the concern, right?
Cardboard boxes for side tables, you know.
I love how everyone's like, yes, making the bed, putting dirty clothes in the hamper and dirty dishes in the dishwasher. It will make a big difference, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what are people saying here? Everyone's like, make sure you have bedding.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Who have these people been hooking up with?
Like,
who does not have bedding? Is that not a basic human need?
Apparently some men live like this. Someone wrote, as long as you have bed and basic needs furniture so you guys can chill and your place is clean, I wouldn't be insecure about it. Coming from someone who also has a lot of student loans I'm still working on, I understand why you've chosen your living situation. Okay. So basically he's living below his means to pay off the student loans, which I guess like, yes, this person's like saying it's a green flag because it shows you're responsible, motivated, and disciplined. If someone doesn't like you because you don't live in a nice enough apartment, they're not the one for you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like I think it also depends on where maybe the woman is. Maybe the woman is really financially stable and in a really good place, and it just might be a mismatch. Unfortunately, finances are a big part of, a couple's relationship. So, anyways.
Good one, Rose.
I don't know. What do you think?
I agree. Like I said, it's all situational. It's all, again, depends on what he has in the house. Depends on if he keeps it well. I
like if the woman is like really financially stable and goes on luxurious vacations every like couple, a few times a year and likes that lifestyle, it might not be a lifestyle fit.
Yeah, exactly.
So it depends.
This is the thing. You have the thing with like dating or like even getting into any kind of relationship, you have to be aligned with like how your lives are, right? So it's like, you're right. So it's like someone like myself, for example, as a strong, independent woman. I like to
don't need no man.
I don't need no man. I like to go on nice holidays every year. If I started seeing somebody that maybe was like financially, irresponsible, it wouldn't work because it would cause a conflict in the relationship, right? Because it would be like, I would want to do these things. They couldn't afford them. Maybe it will cause a rift if I'm doing them by myself. So you have to make sure you're aligned. So like, again, if this woman is like super financially savvy, makes really good money, this might not be a good situation for her.
Yes. So it depends on the person. I knew you'd pick that one.
Oh, god dang.
We'll do one more and then we'll move on to Am I the Asshole? Okay.
Yeah, then we'll move on to...
I'm loving this one though.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, struggling to even get a date anymore. Is it age or is it just how it is now? Oh,
Daniel, did you write this?
I feel your... Yeah, I did. 34 female here.
Oh, you did write this. No, I'm just kidding.
And feeling very discouraged. After my long-term relationship ended when I was 29, I remember still getting multiple dates a week and having many people to talk to on the apps. I haven't had the best of luck since, with only having 2 situationships to show for it, but I was able to get a date every now and then. However, this time around over the...
Sorry.
Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Okay.
This time around, over the past few months, I've noticed I'm barely able to even get a conversation going on Bumble or Hinge. Let alone a date. I have so much to say about this.
Oh my God, I know.
or if they do ask me out, they ghost me as soon as I say yes. I can't even get a friend with benefits set up or organized on Field.
I think Field is like a more
hookup app.
Yes.
Yeah. In the meantime, because men on there can't be bothered to even talk for a few messages. I have noticed that my app success drastically improves when I'm visiting other countries, though. So it very well may be down to a Sydney thing.
Oh, so she's in Sydney, Australia.
Which is surprising because it's a huge city. I've tried in real life, but Sydney is a very cliquey city, so it's very hard to meet people at bars and such. It took a lot of my courage to walk away from an on-again, off-again situationship last month, and I feel like I don't have a lot to show for it. They always say when you show the universe that you're willing to walk away from something you deserve better, then you will be rewarded. Ugh. But I'm now lonelier than ever. Has anyone found the same, or am I just unlucky in love as always? Oh, god damn.
Well, I don't like this whole they always say when you show the universe you're willing. Don't believe in this fucking one-liners. Like, I hate these things. When you're willing to walk away, then the universe will give you something better. Just, you know what? Life is life. Good things happen, bad things happen.
Yeah.
That's part of life, okay?
Yeah. I will say, and I'm going to depict this just a little bit, and this is just my own personal experience, so I don't know if if it holds true across, but obviously there's a female heterosexual, I'm assuming heterosexual situation. So basically I would say after COVID, so that's kind of something that's also happened substantially. For whatever reason, I don't understand it, but like if you do match with people on these dating apps, it is so
oh my god.
Pardon
you
me.
Okay?
Goodness, the tea. Yes, as ever. It's so hard to like strike up conversation with people. It's like, it is literally like pulling teeth. I've never seen it to be this hard on these apps before. It's like almost like everybody is just kind of like not giving up, but just like putting zero effort in now. Maybe it's like, maybe it's app fatigue. Maybe it's, you know, after COVID, it's kind of messed up with people's communication skills. Maybe it's, you know, attention span issues with like focusing on TikTok and all these things. You're just kind of like all over the place and not focusing on, you know, dating and all that sort of thing. But I will say, I echo this, that it's gotten a lot harder on the apps these days, and people are just becoming really like shitty at communicating.
So you think there's no hope?
No, it's not that I don't think there's no hope. I think there's definitely still hope. I think you still have to be hopeful. Give me a moment here, Rose. Yeah, you definitely still have to have hope, and there is still, this is the thing. I know that there's still good people out there, and there's still good people on these apps that are taking it seriously. There's also other routes that you can go down. I know you mentioned like trying to meet people at bars and stuff might be challenging, but like maybe like going out with your friends or trying to make it in a easier way to like meet people, or, you know, even if coworkers are doing things, try to get more involved with what they're doing. Like if they're doing like house parties or like, you know, maybe there's corporate challenges or things that you can get involved with in that like space, then you have the potential to meet more people.
I think I have also heard that it is a thing in like Australia. It's quite like cliquey and people aren't as like open to, like, I just saw this video where this British woman was like living in Australia for many years, and she's like, what's this thing in Australia where it's like people like kind of gatekeep their friendship circles, so it's very like cliquey. So I have heard that is a thing, but I don't think this general problem is a Australia thing. This is definitely like a wide ranging problem everywhere.
Yeah. And I have heard, again, this is painting a broad brush as well, but from the Australian guys that I've met outside of Australia, a lot of them were like kind of like non-committal,
yes,
or like very just like go with the flow.
Yes.
So
nope, very low effort.
Just like if she wants to go for a ride, then she can.
If it works out, then it works out,
if
mate.
It doesn't. I'll just go home.
It's not a big deal, you know.
Yeah. So I also feel that that's part of it. It's interesting because like, but I guess my experience in Australia is very different because when I was there, I was with friends like that already lived there.
Yes.
So I just like automatically got in their friendship group. So I don't know. Like I don't know. Yeah.
I think, firstly, I understand. Okay, this feeling, I'm sure if you're on the apps, as Daniel's also, you know, complained about many times on this, it is like a very like almost hopeless feeling where you're kind of like,
but like what, even back before when you were on the apps too,
yeah, of course, yeah, exactly. I know
right?
this feeling, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I know this feeling. You're kind of like, oh my god, it's like never going anywhere. I think, I hate to say this, but the best thing is to like try not to be so focused on the outcome, as like, I get that like it's like the goal is to get into like a nice relationship, but it's like you kind of almost have to like enjoy or try to enjoy the process along the way. And so like just do all these things and like try not to have the expectation, oh, this is going to turn into a relationship. Just try to meet more people. And and I think, hold on, let me just see what and also I think it's kind of unproductive to be like, am I just like unlucky in love? Do I just not have, like, trust me, like I've been there. I've been like, oh my god, like, is it me? You're like, am I just doomed? Am I forever single? Because when you start telling yourself that, then it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Where it's like, oh, I'm just, anything bad happens. It's like anything, like, let's say you go on a bad date, then you're like, oh, I'm just doomed for life. I'm single for life.
This is why I don't go on dates.
Exactly. So then you're discouraged each time, and you continuously tell yourself this narrative. But it's like, no, you're not doomed. It's just like, yes, it's challenging. Dating people is challenging. Meeting new people and connecting with them is challenging. And nowadays with apps, it's even more challenging. So I feel like you shouldn't tell yourself like, oh, am I just unlovable? Am I just unlucky? Am I just doomed? Like,
because this is the thing. We talked about this just in the other previous story, is there's definitely someone out there for everybody. Like, there are, there's people that are into some really niche shit and doing some really like unique things, and they have partners and they meet people that are also into this shit with them, or I say shit, but like just like random stuff, but I do think the quality on the apps has skydived. Like, and it's not even just like the people. It's like there's still good looking people on there and blah 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 blah. It just seems like there's just so little effort being made.
I think it's also because the apps. I do think the apps have like really fucked up the dating sphere. I'm sure it was. I mean, it's easy to like blame the technology, but I kind of do think it does play a negative role sometimes.
Yeah.
Where it's like, people are like disposable, right? It's like. I do remember when Tinder first came out, I was like living in London. It was like 2014. And it was, I mean, to be fair, I was also like in my mid 20s. So it was like a different time, but like it was very different. And even within 2 years, I noticed a difference on like Tinder, like, or on these dating apps, like the amount of effort people put in, the conversations. Like in the beginning, I would have actual conversations with people, meet up with a lot. And like, those things happened. Whereas later on, like the longer people are on these apps, everyone just gets kind of jaded. Everyone just kind of sees everyone as just like another swipe. Yeah. So it does play a role for sure.
Yeah. It's interesting. There's some comments on here. I'm a dude, and where I wasn't drowning in matches, I had enough to have a steady flow of conversations and dates until I found someone I wanted to pursue more seriously. But lately, it's rare to get matches, and I can't seem to match with anyone who will put any effort into the initial conversation. I'm hoping it's just a summer here. It's just summer here, and things will get better. But I don't know if everyone's just beat down from the apps. And then someone put, sometimes...
sorry, you could read that one.
But the original poster commented, one of my guy friends told me he literally can't be asked dating. And a lot of the time when he does have a convo with someone after matching, he loses interest mid-convo. So it's entirely possible people are just over it.
I think so. I think a lot of people are over it. So no one's putting in the effort, which is kind of like it's like a perpetual cycle. It's like, okay, no one's putting in effort because less people are putting effort, so then that creates more people putting less effort, and then everyone complains about the lack of effort. Yeah.
Then someone here put, sometimes it helps to completely delete your profile and make a new one. The apps were almost dead for me. I took a few new photos over this summer, deleted my profile, made a new one, and now I've been on many great and not so great dates again. Perhaps your profile is buried in the algorithm.
That could be also a factor.
I think there's something societal going on with the apps or algorithm. I don't know. 42 male here, and I've been having a similar problem getting anyone to engage. It did used to work better. So.
Oh God. I also say just try to get on an in-person date as fast as possible instead of wasting time trying to converse on the app, because I feel like I hate texting, and I think most people are like digitally fatigued. So that's another factor.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, one more. Rose
God, the struggle is real.
The struggle is real.
God damn.
The struggle be real as hell. Maybe something new is going to come up with AI, though, where it's going to like reinvigorate all this stuff.
You mean we're all good? What do you mean?
I don't know.
You think AI is going to help the dating market?
Potentially. Or make it worse.
Couples who meet online have lower relationship satisfaction, apparently.
God damn.
So this person like linked to some article. It's interesting timing for me coming across this article. I've been thinking about how I'm struggling to feel close to people I've met online because we don't have any shared friends, activities, points of reference. So the dating feels disconnected to anything else that's going on in my life. I've also noticed how much more fun it is to get to know someone within a friend group rather than just one-on-one. I've considered throwing in the towel on online dating, and putting all of my social energy into meeting people via shared interests and hobbies. The internet can still certainly help with this by finding or even creating said groups in the first place. It's tough being in your 30s and having to work extra hard to find groups, especially if you work from home or you don't have a social life via your job. Would love to hear your guys' opinions on this.
So apparently there was like an article here. Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay. I would like to know. So let me read a little bit of the article so we have some reference.
Yeah.
So a new study has found that people who meet their romantic partners online are less happy in love compared to those who meet in person. The research from an international team of researchers led by Dr. Marta Cowell from University of Wroclaw used data gathered from over 6,000 participants across 50 countries. On average, 16% of participants met their partners online. That's kind of low.
That seems low, yeah.
Rising to 21% among those who initiated the romantic relationships after 2010.
So so 21% means 1 in 4 met online.
1 in 5, no?
Oh yeah, sorry,
Yes.
1 in 5, yeah.
So, okay. But 1 in 5 are the ones that initiated after 2010.
Yeah.
So, okay. Participants who met their partners online reported lower relationship satisfaction and intensity of experiencing love, including intimacy, passion, and commitment, compared to those who met online or offline.
Yeah.
According to researchers, there are several reasons behind these findings. It says couples who meet offline tend to be more homogeneous or have similar characteristics than those who meet online, which makes sense. And then previous research has found that homogamous couples are often more successful. And then similar social and educational backgrounds can positively influence relationship quality by fostering greater social support and acceptance, shared life experiences, and alignment in values and worldviews. And then the internet provides access to a seemingly limitless pool of potential partners. And while this abundance could help individuals find an ideal match, in practice, it often leads to choice overload. Okay.
Fair.
Which is fair, which we've talked about before.
Yeah.
While early users of dating apps sought lifelong partners, modern users increasingly pursue casual relationships. This shift toward short-term, less committed relationships may in turn contribute to lower relationship quality. Okay, but I want to know. Okay, few questions.
Yeah.
How long have these people been in the relationships?
Yeah.
Like, are these long-term relationships, or are they just interviewing anyone that's in a couple? Because that's another factor, right? Because, like, are they just talking?
Does it say?
I don't know. No, that's it. Let's see.
I mean, lots of questions.
Okay, lots of questions.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
To some degree, yes.
To some degree.
Yeah.
Because
I think what they're trying to get at is
Yes.
it's like basically if you meet somebody in your everyday life, it's gonna be probably somebody. The reason you meet them is because they're doing something that you're doing, right?
Yes.
So like if you're really interested in, like, let's say you love rock climbing and you're
Yes.
super into that and you go rock climbing every weekend and you meet another person that's really into rock climbing, but that's how you met them at that rock climbing thing, is you're going to already have a lot in common. It could build the
Yes.
foundation of a good relationship versus matching with somebody online. You might not have anything in common. But then maybe you're both attracted to each other and it seems to work, and then you start dating, but then maybe, you don't get as much, like, quote unquote satisfaction. I don't know. But I would say that that's like not, I mean, they're saying overall, but I think there's definitely a lot of people in that category that do meet great partners online. So
I would like to know more detail about this, because it just said participants who met their partners online reported lower relationship satisfaction. But it's like, how much lower?
Yeah.
And like, how many more people? Like, it doesn't really say in this article.
Yeah.
It just kind of says they just report lower. And I'm like, okay, well, like, I need some details.
Yeah,
like,
it's interesting.
How long were they in a relationship for?
Yeah.
Are you talking to people that have been in a long-term relationship, or have they been dating for like 3 months?
Yeah.
It
sounds like they're kind of almost basing their whole argument on the fact that couples who meet offline tend to be more homogamous, and homogamous couples are more successful, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. It also says it explains. Okay, so the person that's doing the study, the shift towards short-term, less committed relationships in turn contribute to lower relationship quality for online dating. He explains it's harder to spot red flags when meeting someone online as it is opposed to in real life. But
I don't necessarily agree with that.
I know.
one.
I'm like, based on what?
Yes.
That's where I'm like a little bit confused. But let's see what the Redditors say about this.
Oh yes, because like I don't know. I'm sure there is some truth to this. Like,
Yeah.
I think a few things is, number one, we've talked about this before. It's like the choice paradox, right?
Yes,
It's like
the jam problem.
the jam problem.
We're going back to Rose's jam
Oh
problem.
my God, this is one of the first things we discussed.
Yeah.
or basically, if you don't know what this is, it's basically where they did the study in like a mall or something where they were sampling jam. So this was just to see how people react when they're given different choices, right?
Yeah. And their behavior.
Yeah. So one situation was they would have like, let's say 4 flavors of jam that people could taste. And then if they liked it, they could buy it, whatnot. And then in another situation, they had like, let's say 20 flavors of jam. And they kind of were seeing people's behaviors. And what they found was that when there were only 4 flavors of jam, there were less people that tasted it, but more people that bought it, something like this. Whereas when there was lots of flavors of jam, a lot of people tasted a lot of flavors, but they were less likely to buy any jam.
Yeah, they sampled a lot more, but then they were less likely to make a decision.
Yes, because there was too many choices. So that basically the idea when it comes to dating is obviously it's like when you have so many choices, and with everything, right? When you feel like you have too many choices, you almost like cannot make a decision, first of all.
Yeah.
And when you make a decision, you also have like less decision satisfaction.
Yes.
Because you think you're missing out on some other things.
This is what I was going to say. And I can't remember if this was part of the study, because I remember that part of the study, and I can't remember the second part. Like if the people that had the more options that did end up purchasing, did they overall feel more buyer remorse than those that had like only a few different options? So it is a paradox. And you know what? I think in life right now, where we are in like late stage capitalism and everything else, we're honestly not just with dating on the dating apps and everything else. It's like we're just faced with this. Every decision that we need to make, and we've again talked about this in the podcast before, we're hit with this paradox in a sense that like it's like, oh, you want to buy a mug now for coffee. It's like there's like, I don't know, 50 million different types of mugs. You want to, let's say something happens in your bathroom and you need a new faucet and a new toilet. Well, guess what? There's like 7,000 models.
You want to pick a movie on Netflix. Takes you 2 hours.
You want to listen to music on Spotify. You have access to this. And you're right. Like I think about back in the day when I was growing up, before Netflix, before Spotify, you know, I had like a freaking Discman. I would just listen to whatever CD I had. Like I didn't, you know, and then with movies, you'd go over to friends, you'd go to Blockbuster, you'd pick a movie and you'd fucking watch it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I will make a note that I also think that, how do I say this? People that meet in real life versus people that met online, maybe it's also a matter of their personal characteristics. Because some people, they're just satisfied with, let's say they meet like Joe Schmo at work. And they get married and everything's fine. Maybe they fall into a certain category of a certain personality trait. Whereas people that are, maybe they want, because like there's also like a theory of like I can't remember exactly what it was called, but there was like maximizers and satisficers or something.
Yeah.
And what like the difference was like maximizers are people that are always looking for the best option, right? So they're like, even in life, like they want to go to the best vacations. They want to make sure that they have the best education, like all these things. And they actually report that when you are a maximizer, that you are less satisfied with a lot of things, right? So like, let's say, we know like these people that are like extremely ambitious, but they're like never fully happy. Yeah. And then there's people that, other people might see as like kind of, they're not doing much with their life, and they just married like their high school sweetheart and they had 2 kids and they like have a job and they live in a modest home, and some people might see that as like, they're not very successful, or they're not very ambitious, but those people might be very satisfied and very happy with the little things that they have. So I also feel like I would like to see like, okay, how many of these people are maximizers versus satisficers? Like maybe the people that are more likely to meet people in person and marry them and be in a long-term relationship and not really do the online dating thing, maybe those people are more satisficers and they're like, okay, I'm actually happy with this person that I met. I don't need to go and search for somebody else. Yeah. So therefore they are just more likely to be satisfied no matter what the situation. And then the people that are more likely to online date are always searching for the next best thing, are always like, did I make the right decision? Yeah. Should I have like married the guy from high school, or should I meet like 10 other guys? So I think that's another factor. I don't think it's necessarily, we meet online and therefore we don't connect.
Yeah. I also think like another element to this where these types of articles and these types of studies, I mean, although they can get some metric or some way to try to measure these things, it's really, really difficult, because if you think about it, like, how do you measure your own satisfaction? Do you know what I mean?
This is another thing.
Like, how do I, even there's some days where I'm feeling very satisfied and other days that I'm not. Like, so if I'm interviewed on a certain day, I might answer differently. And like, it's such a hard say. And how is it to say, for example, if they were just like studying both of us, right?
Yes.
And let's say they were measuring life satisfaction and how happy we were in general with life. How do we measure that against each other?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like how is, and that's where it gets really complicated because it's like, how do you have a tangible measurement to say, oh, well, it's a scale of 1 to 10. Rose is at a 9, Daniel's at an 8. So therefore Rose is more satisfied, blah, blah, blah. Something like this.
This is what I mean by like,
it's like
I feel
so
like
hard.
Yeah, it's like someone's nature as well. Some people are a little bit more pessimistic, some people.
Yeah.
So, but I think, it's not necessarily, you meet online, therefore your relationship is not going to be as successful. It's more of like, your own perception. I think a lot of it is your own perception. And again, it's if you think, because if you're online, you're thinking, if you're already on the dating apps, you're already like, there's like 10 other choices I could go on a date with. So already your satisfaction is going to be a bit lower.
Yeah. Anyway,
what are some
So a lot of people are quoting this, which I think is actually really, really useful. So one person came on here and quoted the article was casual relationships are more common among individuals who meet online. While early users sought lifelong partners, modern users are increasingly pursuing casual relationships. This shift towards short-term, less committed relationships may in turn contribute to lower relationship quality. And the person put, you have to keep this in mind. The lower quality relationships from meeting online is this, not because meeting online is inherently bad.
Exactly. So this is why I'm like, are you interviewing everyone in any short-term or casual relationship?
Yeah.
Or is this like, do you have parameters like, okay, you've been in a relationship for 2 years and you know what I mean? So yeah, of course some people are going to be dissatisfied if all you're chasing are situationships. Like, I don't know. Okay, so someone wrote, I'd read the paper because it's much more nuanced than the Dazed article. So the article that we read is there's very little information.
Yeah.
So this person wrote, our findings indicate that individuals who meet their partners online reported lower relationship satisfaction and lower levels of love compared to those who met offline. While these differences were generally small, the effect for commitment was moderate in size. Okay. So it cites a few reasons. People who meet online tend to be less similar, like we talked about ethnic backgrounds, education. And I can understand that. Okay. Yeah. It is harder to integrate when you like are completely two different people.
Yeah.
And they're trying to integrate.
Yeah.
Online dating provides excess abundance of options. Yes. Like we talked about.
Yeah.
And online dating provides more venue for deception. And it says, even after a long-term relationship has formed, the availability of alternative partners may continue to affect online initiated couples. Individuals who have successfully navigated digital dating platforms may remain aware of the vast number of potential alternatives, making them more prone to comparison and regret.
Right.
There you go.
Buyer's remorse. It's more important that people identify what they actually want and need and then date off of those preferences. The paper that's being cited is making a commentary more about cons of having too many choices online and serial daters in the pool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Very interesting.
God damn,
wow.
That'd be a topic and a half.
God damn. Well, that was the dating over 30 subreddit. Very interesting.
I like that one.
I have to pee.
Okay.
Be right back.
BRB. I feel like we did some of these. So guys, we're going to do a short blip of Would You Rather.
Okay.
We'll do this for like, I don't know. 20 minutes?
Sure.
Yeah.
We're just tackling everything here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we just searched up Would You Rather questions. Some of these we may have answered before, but honestly,
maybe our answers will have changed.
Maybe. So would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future? I think I remember this one.
Oh.
10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
This is tough.
150 years for me, I think. Because what the fuck is 10 minutes?
I mean,
maybe it depends. Like, maybe if I'm like waiting for the, like, I don't know, like... No.
I also think 150 years, and I think of the reason, and I think that we did answer this before. The thing for me is, number one, it would be really interesting to see like what's going on in 150 years, and also scary.
Yes.
But also, if you can see that far into the future, then you could set yourself up for success. you'd know what stocks are going to do well.
Oh my God.
You're going to know what lottery numbers to pick.
Would you though? But 150 years, like it's going to be a long time after you've like died.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not like it's going to really because yes, you might know what, like a lot of things might not exist. Like the stock,
Yeah.
I guess you could see some things. But
exactly. Well, and
would Apple exist in 150 years? Like,
that's a good question. Who knows, right?
Right. I guess you could see that. I guess you could see.
So anyway, and I wonder when it says 150 years into the future, are you able to see everything that happened up until that 150 years?
No, I don't think so. I think the
it's just like
question
a
is
blip in
you
time?
just see exactly like 150 years, like you just get landed on that day and you're like, okay, this is what happens.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
I just feel like 10 minutes into the future, unless I'm like about to die, like, I don't know, like it's just not very, like what's going to happen 10 minutes from now? We're going to be sitting here recording this podcast.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not very relevant. What's next?
Okay. So I'm going to pick, do we just pick one of these?
Sure.
Would you rather have telekinesis, the ability to move things with your mind, or telepathy, the ability to read minds?
I think we've answered this. I mean, I'd like to read minds, but I also don't think that would be psychologically beneficial for me.
No, and I also think that it would be a very lonely thing because, you know, having the ability to read minds is you're always going to know what people are thinking about.
know.
And you're going to know like what they're thinking about, like you, other things, like, you know, and sometimes it's just like noise that I wouldn't want to have.
I think so. I think it's very toxic.
Yeah.
I think like because like we all have like, you know, like even your family members are like, oh, like you're being an idiot. Like, you know, like
and
you all
think
have
it in
those
your head.
Exactly.
But you don't
but
say it out loud.
It's not like, it doesn't mean that, you know, but then if you can hear everything that everyone is thinking about you, that's not healthy. And
I think it would also, I think the reason I say it would be lonely is because if people
would
knew
isolate
about
you.
it, people are not going to want to hang out with you.
Oh, this is also true.
And it's going to be harder to get a partner because they're not going to want to spend time with you because.
Well, what if they didn't know about it?
Well, then but
I think it'd be lonely in a different way. I think it'd be lonely because you wouldn't want, like, you could, if you knew everything that everyone was thinking,
you wouldn't want to spend time with people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think you would isolate yourself because you'd be like, oh, I don't like you because you thought that about me.
And I also do feel like people would eventually catch on. Like, I just think even if
You
you're
think
with,
so?
yeah, if you're with somebody, maybe you don't specifically say it, but like you easily trip up where you're like, how did you know I was thinking that? Or like, you know what I mean? And it slowly would like, anyway, because, and I feel like even if they didn't know specifically that you could read minds, maybe they just wouldn't want, because you're constantly like predicting things and stuff, or you're doing weird shit. They're probably just like, wouldn't want to spend time with you.
Yes.
I remember that one. Which one? Would you rather walk in on your parents or have them walk in on you?
Oh God, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I think we said have them walk in on you.
100%. 100%.
I think we've definitely done this one. Would you rather always have BO and not know it, or always smell BO on everyone else? That is horrendous.
Awful. But I wouldn't want to have BO. So
you'd rather smell it. You'd rather suffer.
I think so, because I wouldn't personally want to have BO and not know it, you know?
Yeah, I think so, because I just can't. I think also like your nose might just get used to the BO smell if you're always smelling it.
It would just become like normal. It would become normalized. It's like if you live next to like a farm or something and it's constant, eventually that smell is just like part of your everyday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. So I'd rather smell the BO, unfortunately.
Would you rather confess to cheating on your partner or catch your partner cheating on you? Ooh, that is a fucking hard one.
So basically, I'm the cheater or the partner's the cheater.
Yeah. I would rather be confessing to cheating than
You'd rather be the cheater?
Yeah, than catching my partner cheating.
Oh, I don't know. Let me think about this. I think I'd rather. I'm trying to think. This one's hard.
It's tough. It's not easy.
So you'd rather be the cheater?
Yeah. Because I feel like the other way around, it's like harder. Only they're both difficult, but I think if I was in this situation and my partner had cheated on me, I will be more like upset about it. But if you're the one doing the cheating,
so you'd rather inflict the pain than be in pain.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with I'd rather catch my partner cheating.
Okay.
Because I think either way, like I would be devastated.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine like cheating. Like because like even that itself is like, even if I did it, I think it would be painful.
Yeah.
And especially to say that and like hurt someone that way, that would hurt me as well.
Yeah.
So either way, I'm going to be hurt.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
I guess I'd rather just be hurt. And then I can just be like, at least I can still be like a good person if I'm not the one cheating. Like I'll be like, okay, well, Like I'm hurt, but
Yeah.
like I can just move on and like, you know, but then I feel like if I did it, it's almost like I would feel like a bad person. Like
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how to describe it.
Yeah. Fair.
Would you rather have one wish granted today or 10 wishes granted 20 years from now? One wish today?
I would have one wish today.
Because, you know, I could say, can I get 10 wishes in 20 years?
No, but you can't wish for more wishes.
You can't wish for more wishes. That is the law.
But my logic between this, so I would do the one wish granted today, and not 10 wishes 20 years from now, because, well,
How do you know you're going to be here in 20 years?
exactly. We're not guaranteed 20 years. So what
Yes.
happens if you die between now and 20 years?
Then
those
you get
wishes
none.
are gone. Exactly.
Exactly.
So I'd rather have one wish granted today.
Myself as well. Let's see.
Well, is it my turn?
Oh, yeah, it's your turn. Yeah.
So would you rather get hit on someone 20 years older than you or someone 20 years younger than you?
Wait, would you rather get hit on by someone? Okay.
Yeah.
20 years older or 20 years younger? Well, 20 years younger would be a teenager.
I know.
So
I'm going to say older.
although like obviously like I'm not this is just you getting hit on.
Yeah.
20 years older is what?
57.
Here's the thing. Maybe this is controversial.
Oh.
Because I think it'd be just kind of like cute. If it's like a teenager, you'd be like, that's adorable.
Oh, Billy, stop it.
Exactly. It's like, oh, how cute. Like, you know when like a little kid has like a crush on you, it's kind of cute. Because I can see it that way, I could just be like, haha, like so cute. Whereas like I feel like, you know, if a 50-something-year-old man hit on me, I think it would gross me out and I'd be creeped out. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
So I
does.
think I'd rather get hit on by someone 20 years younger.
Yeah.
Because
fair
I could just
enough.
be like, how cute is that?
You're like, oh, sweet. I could be your mom.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Would you rather marry the most attractive person you've ever met or the best cook you've ever met?
Oh.
I know my answer. What do you think my answer is? What do you think my answer is?
Is it the best cook?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I know your answer.
What do you think mine is?
Most attractive person?
Yeah.
Because you're shallow as
I'm
hell.
a shell. No, I mean, because I just think, it would be nice to be with someone that's, physically appealing.
The most attractive person you've ever met.
Yeah.
Would you, like, I feel like there would be, like, I would be kind of insecure.
Yeah.
And also, looks fade.
No, 100%.
You know?
100%.
Looks fade.
But it
and,
didn't say anything about their personality or anything. They could be the most attractive and also still be like a great person and
Oh,
stuff.
I think we're talking about physical looks here, Daniel.
I
Let's
know.
be honest. Let's assume it's just physical.
And you know what? The best cook person could be a complete asshole.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
But based on these two factors, I think I'd rather have some good food.
Yeah.
And also, like, I'm like physical attractiveness. I don't know. Like, it's not as important as
good food.
Yes. Because like I feel like it gets old quickly. I don't know if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like yes, like I think it's important to be attracted to your partner, of course. But like I think like just having someone look really fucking good is very short lived. Like it's nice in the beginning, but also I think you could really be insecure because like imagine dating like who's a very attractive person, like fucking
Chris Hemsworth.
there you go.
Yeah.
And you'd always be like, oh my God, everyone's hitting on him. You know? I think it's like I don't know.
It could be. Yeah. Okay, here, Rose. Here's a good
Okay,
one for
okay.
you. Would you rather go back to kindergarten with everything you know now, or know now everything your future self will learn?
Oh, that's really interesting.
I know. It's a tough one.
Know now everything your future self will learn.
Yeah.
So as in like, I'll learn it all now.
Yeah. Everything. Or go back to kindergarten with everything that you currently
I think
know.
I'd rather go back to kindergarten with everything I know because then I can relive my life
I know.
and I have a second chance at life
I
and
know.
I have so much knowledge
I know.
that it would accelerate my life.
But also too, like going back to kindergarten with everything you know now. I wonder if it's like going back in time or if it's like right now you go back to kindergarten. But like, yeah, you're just going to have so much more knowledge. You're going to have like, it's going to be like wild. And you do get to like I don't know, not relive your life, but like kind of.
Yeah.
It's like not even a second chance, but it's just like, oh my God. Like,
Because you've learned the mistakes and you've learned all these life lessons.
So many life lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I feel like you would live like in such a intentful way because you already learned so much. Like,
and also just if I like everything my future self will learn, like, I'm sure there's a lot of lessons I can learn in the next however many decades.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like a lot of the learning has already happened.
Yes.
It's like after a certain, again, I'm sure like older people will be like, no, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like your formative years have already come and gone. And now, yes, there's a lot more lessons to be learned, but I think your formative years is when you learn the most.
And I would agree with that because I think about it like from kindergarten to now.
Yes.
Even now I look like, okay, if I looked at 5 years right now versus 5 years in my teens, how much more learning and growing I did in my teens than I did now. And I feel like what happens is like you kind of like, I don't know, you like hit milestones, you do certain things up to a certain point, and then it's like we're in a phase of our lives where like, okay, the last 5 years, you know, maybe we bought a house or something, but you work, you kind of get into this like more of a routine almost.
Versus, you end up not learning as much for sure.
100%. It's like, you know, what I learn now. I mean, obviously we're still going to learn as we go, but yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather I think I know the answer to this question for both of us. Would you rather take a pill a day for nutrients and feel full, but never eat anything again, or eat whatever you want, but never really feel full? What do you think the answer is?
That's actually really hard, but I think I would want to eat whatever.
I can't think of anything better.
I know.
Well, I guess like if you're always feeling hungry, that's not good.
I know. That's
but
kind
like
of
the
annoying.
ability to eat delicious food
all the time, nonstop,
is like the dream.
I know.
I don't understand. Like we talked about this on our like camping trip, but like there's people out there, and this is a different species of people. Okay, it's very clear that we are all built different because there's people out there that are like, I would like a pill that I can take a day so I don't have to worry about eating.
It's crazy.
That is wild to me because I'm like,
some people, they just don't like food for whatever reason. They have a different relationship with food.
I don't understand. Maybe this is very bad to say, but it's kind of like it's like what happened, like evolution would tell you that the majority of people, and this is why the majority of people are actually like more like us where they enjoy food, I feel like. I think. Yeah. But it's like, you know, evolution wise, we're kind of like programmed to enjoy food, right? Because that's like a survival mechanism. Because if you don't enjoy food, if you don't like food, you're less like, if you're in the wild, right? If you're like a fucking caveman or whatever, and like you're in the wild, you're not, those people that want to take a pill for food, like they're the first ones to die. Yeah. Because like you're not going to search, you have to like be very motivated to search for food to survive. Yeah. So I don't understand how they've, you know, how that trait has carried on throughout millions of years of evolution. But anyway. Yeah.
Would you rather wear clothes that are always way too big or a couple sizes too small? I know.
Way too big.
I would too. Like too big is fine because it's like, it's just kind of like baggy. But if it's too small of clothes just looks awful.
Yes. I mean, and it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. And too baggy's in right now.
Exactly. It's part of the trend.
We'd be down with the kids.
Oh. Would you rather work a high-paying job that you hate or your dream job with only just enough money for rent, food, and utilities?
So I know my answer on here.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I personally would rather a high-paying job that I hated. The only reason I say that is because obviously we're in a capitalistic hellscape and it's going to afford me to do the things that I want to do in life. Yes. And also when you have a high-paying job, even if you hate it, you can retire early. You can like, so like maybe it's like, you know, that whole like, what is it? Freedom at 45 or whatever. Yeah. Like if it's super high paying, I can just like be investing a shit ton of money. Yes. Doing all this stuff, even though I fucking hate it. Versus if I have a dream job, I love my job. I love going to work, but like,
that's all of it. That's all you can do.
I can't travel. Exactly. I can't really save. What about retirement? Like, when am I going to retire? Like, these are all things where it's like, it's tough.
I completely agree. I think like your dream job. Yeah. Here's the thing. A job is a job. Yes, there's going to be some jobs that are great that you're really passionate about, which is great.
Yeah.
But a job is a job, and you can't make your job your entire life, even though that is how things are designed. Yeah. So I think it's like, even if the job is like the best thing ever, if that's all I can do, because that's the only money I can make and I can't do anything else because I'm literally just paying rent, food, and utilities. Because like that means like I can't do anything else outside of that. That costs money, and everything costs money.
Yep.
So I can't travel. I can't do anything fun. I can't even, it sounds like I can't even fucking save for retirement. So like, what the fuck? Like, then I'm just not going to be satisfied. Even if the job was fantastic, if I can't do anything outside of that, no.
Well, and I also think that it's quite strong to say, okay, like the high paying job that you hate, sure. But if you have a dream job, you're actually going to hate the fact that you can't afford to do things.
Exactly. So you're going to be miserable anyway.
Exactly.
So you might as well get paid.
Exactly. Both of them, you're going to be miserable in different ways, right? Like the high paying one, you're going to fucking hate your job, but then you're going to be living a fun fucking life.
Yeah.
Outside of your work, you're going to be like traveling and doing whatever. On the flip side, you might love your job, but then you're going to hate your life.
Exactly.
So,
there you go. I'd rather love my life and hate my job.
Yes. And I think that's where everyone is at anyway, most people. So, and even a dream job, I think even a dream job becomes a job. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you might love it in the beginning, it's super passionate and all this stuff, and you know, it might be like a good job or whatever, but over time it becomes a job. Every job is a job.
Yeah.
Every
job is a job.
I just don't want to work. That's why I'll take the high paying job, retire early.
Should we do two more? So 1 and 1?
Yeah, let's do two more and then we'll move on.
Yes.
Would you rather save your best friend's life if it meant 5 strangers would die, or save 5 strangers if it meant sacrificing your best friend? Rose, what's your answer?
I would rather save you, Daniel.
Oh,
I would save your life.
Thank you.
5 strangers? I don't fucking know you. Are you kidding me?
So my answer is obviously save the 5. No, I'm just kidding. I would also do the same. It's awful. It's like that whole paradox thing, right? It's like, you know, would you save one person's life to like kill 5 others or whatever? And this is where it comes into play. Like normally you would probably try to maximize the amount of people you can save.
Yes.
But then if you don't have any relation with those people or you don't know those people, it's still awful. But like they you know, I'm not going to save 5 strangers for somebody that I care about because I don't know those 5 people.
Exactly.
And like, that's not going to, what's it called? Having that person that I care about go, that's going to really negatively impact my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, same answer.
There you go.
Let's see. Thank God, Rose. I was scared you were gonna say the other one.
I mean, this one's a bit vague, but would you rather lose your long-term memory or short-term memory? Depends on how short-term.
I know, like how short-term are we talking?
And how long-term are we talking?
Because if you're always losing your short-term memory, does that mean you can't
remember anything?
And does that mean you can no longer make long-term memories anymore because you just forget everything?
I think so.
In the short term, so you only have your old memories with you. Oh, this one's so hard.
So that means like anything we do from this moment forward, we won't really remember.
No.
But we'll remember what happened 5, 10, 20 years ago. That's tough.
I would say, personally.
But then that means even if you had your short-term memory, it would still be short-term. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't remember 5 years from now.
I'm going to say I'd rather lose my long-term memory.
Oh, really?
And the reason I'm going to say this, which is controversial, well, not that controversial, but maybe a little bit, is that, you know, the reality of life is over time, you know, we might still have a few memories here and there, but over time we do lose our long-term memories. And I mean, I feel like a lot of our memories are short term. Do you know what I mean? Like in a sense that like
in some ways, yes.
Yeah, in many ways. It's like, Rose, do you remember the time 3 years ago where we went to a coffee shop and we're chatting about I don't know what? Neither of us can remember that, right? So it's like, and that would have been a long-term memory versus, a short-term is like, we went on that Banff thing yesterday, or Banff
right?
Thing, that. So I feel like it's a bit tricky because memory is like one of those things where obviously both suck, but I think the short-term would suck a little bit less because the long-term one is like the reality of our nature right now is we're already losing a lot of those long-term memories, and while they're not necessarily lost, they're like still in there somewhere, and sometimes you can like re-remember, but like they're not like at the forefront.
You know what? You make a good point. I will also agree with that one.
God damn.
Thanks to your points.
God damn. Rose. you think I'm smart?
Well, God damn, you is smart.
I is kind.
You is kind.
I is beautiful.
Yeah, you is important. Are we done this or one more?
We'll do one more.
Oh, right. Okay.
What
about this one?
Oh my God, that's a good one. Okay. Would you rather never age physically or never age mentally?
Whoo! Like from this moment? Like from this moment, I think I'd rather never age physically. Because like, you know, again, like we talked about, you meet, you will, of course, develop more maturity as we get older. But I do think the maturity kind of goes like, you know, up, and then it kind of like stagnates.
And then goes down.
No, and probably just kind of stays remotely, like somewhat similar. Like it's not going to be a huge amount of growth in terms of your, you know, I just feel like I've met a lot of people of different ages, and the older you get, the less that matters in terms of like, if you compare like a 20-year-old to like a 45-year-old, that would make a big difference.
Yeah.
But if you compare like, I don't know, like
us to a 45-year-old.
Us to a 45, or even like a 40-year-old to like even a 60-year-old, it's not like a crazy like, oh my God, you know, like, because, you know, we even like with our trips and stuff, we meet people from all different ages.
Yeah.
And like, it doesn't feel that crazy that we're like hanging out with someone that's like 20, 30 years older than us.
Exactly.
Whereas if we're 18, it's going to feel crazy to hang out with someone 20, 30 years older than us.
Yeah. And I would agree. I also would pick never age physically.
Because we're shallow as fuck.
No, it's not even about the looks or anything like that.
Yeah.
For me, it's more around the ability to do things. And I feel like
okay, so we're talking like actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if we're
I was being shallow and like, okay, do I look good? But you're right. The physical thing, yes.
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of like, hey, I can still hike. I can still do all these things that I can do right at this age right now. Work out quite a lot.
Yes.
Run, not feel tired.
Yeah.
And I would argue that by not aging physically, it actually helps you stay young as well. Like, so for example, if we stay exactly, like if our bodies and our looks and everything stays exactly as we are right now, and we're in our 80s, right? Mentally, we're already age 80, physically exactly the same as we are today. We are going to be doing way more, than typical 80-year-olds. Do you know what I mean? Like it's going to be like and that in itself will help us mentally stay young. Yes. Right.
Yes. So, and I just feel like after a certain age, it doesn't, like, you know, like we talk to our parents and stuff, and they're like, we still feel like mentally, we feel like we're in our 20s. Yeah. So it's like, okay, so really it doesn't change much. Like, exactly. I'm sure they do mature, like, to a certain extent, but I don't think it's like, you know, like, huge. And also like mentally aging isn't necessarily a good thing, because it probably just means like you're losing your memory. Like, I know. You know, you're just like, you know, it's not always a good thing. So
this is it. Even if you do end up aging mentally and you get into your 80s, 90s, you're really physically fit because you're still like as you are now. Yes. But then when you get like dementia and stuff, like that can still happen. Yeah. But again, you're in such good shape, you know, physically. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
I picked that one.
God damn. That'd be a good session.
That'd be a good session.
God damn. So last little snippet, I guess.
What's the last snippet, Roses?
Am I the asshole?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to talk about anything else?
Well, we're not going to talk about like general
like movies and shit.
Maybe upcoming trips, maybe upcoming things happening.
Oh well, I'm going to the UK at the end of September, or at the end of in like a few days. God damn.
In like literally 5 days.
Oh God, I'm getting anxiety.
Are you ready, soon. Rose?
No. And
God damn.
So I'll be in the UK and Italy for my friend's wedding until mid-September, and then in October I'm doing the vegan Korea tour. So that's like a few weeks. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy. Yes. This is why we can't do the podcast.
I know.
Well, one of the reasons.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be in the UK.
Yeah, I'm also going to be in the UK. And then in October, I'm like, every weekend in October, I'm like camping, or I'm going to like a cabin, or like, it's just like.
Too much.
It's a lot going on right now. And there's just a lot happening.
All right. Is that enough for the update?
I don't know.
Do you have anything to
I'm trying to think if I've been watching any like good shows lately.
Oh, I have been watching this show called Mary Kills People, which I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
it's actually a Canadian show, which I didn't know when like we were first starting to watch it.
Okay.
But basically it's like, I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's on Netflix and hopefully it's on American Netflix too. But basically it's a show about a woman named Mary, and she is a doctor and she works at a hospital. But on the side, she has this like side job where she meets with terminally ill patients. So people that have like some kind of really bad terminal illness.
Yeah.
And she euthanizes them with their consent. But this is like set in a situation where it wouldn't be legal, right?
Yeah.
So like I think now in Canada it's legal.
Yeah.
Like what is it called? Like assisted suicide.
MAID.
Oh, is it called MAID? What does it stand?
MAID.
Yeah,
Medically assisted
death. I don't know.
something like this. Yeah.
So I think like now it's legal, but like there's a lot of countries where it's not legal, and for a long time it was not legal to do like assisted suicide.
Yeah.
And so this is like obviously assuming that it's not legal.
Yeah.
And she kind of does it like on the side for people that are terminally ill.
Yeah.
And these people obviously they want to do it, right? So they are paying her money to do this and give them like an injection or like some kind of drug to basically put them to sleep very like peacefully. And yeah, it's quite interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I
actually a
might
really
check
good
it
show because it kind of makes you think. You're like, okay, like, because then you're kind of battling with, okay, is this, because then there's also like an investigation like to catch her and like, you know, like by police, because it's like technically it's like illegal. So they're calling it like, they're like, oh, she's like murdering people.
Right.
But then it's like, is she really murdering people?
That's such a gray area. Yeah. Because it's like,
I don't think it's really murder.
yeah, like can it be considered murder if like you're again a terminally ill patient that's like requesting
I think it's only murder if you kill someone without their
consent?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it's like murder, like you could say kill, but like I don't know. I don't think it's murder.
Yeah, because murder implies that
They don't want
to die. Like they're, you know, and this part gets really complicated though, because like technically outside of like somebody that's terminally ill, what if there's somebody that just doesn't want to do life anymore?
Right.
And is like, hey, kill me. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's where it gets a little bit tricky because it's like, should that be? But then also again, like we are, you know, we have our, what is it called? We have our own choices that we want to make in life. And like, if somebody legitimately doesn't want to continue on this planet, like, why couldn't they be able to, you know?
Right.
But then some people might argue maybe they're not in the right headspace. Maybe there's a lot of other things going on, because you often hear people that like try to commit suicide and end up like not being successful or whatever, and realize afterwards like, shit, I didn't want to do that.
Right.
They have like regret after. So
it is complicated, but I think
with terminally ill patients, it's a little different, because like these are people that are like going to probably die in the next 6 months to a year anyway.
Exactly.
Because they have something seriously, or in the next couple of years where it's like something that's really hard for their life.
Yeah. I think with mental health, you're right. It's a little bit more of the gray area.
Yeah.
For me, when it comes to terminally ill patients that actually want to do it, I think it's pretty black and white for me. I'm like, I think it's immoral to try to keep them against their will to live. Like, if somebody knows they're going to die in a few months and they're in pain as well, like they're not just ill, but they're like in pain and they, you know, like they want to die. It's like, why are we forcing them
to stay alive,
to suffer? And like, we show animals more mercy than this. Like, we're like, okay, if a dog is like terminally ill or like very ill, it's like we put them down and not seen as like the merciful thing to do. But then with humans, it's like different.
I know,
like,
it's weird. It's almost like this complex that people have. It's
yes.
like, we must keep people alive no matter what.
Yes. It's so stupid.
And then it's like, well, but there's going to be situations where maybe that isn't the best thing to do.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So like, I remember there was this movie that came out and it was very controversial in the like, I don't want to know what the community's called, but people that like have paraplegics,
yes.
these types of conditions. And, you know, it kind of like portrayed this quite well. It was like a guy that was like super active. His whole life was about doing all these things. And then he ended up in a situation where he like could barely move. And he was like drinking out of like eating, he had to be fed, all this shit. Right. And he couldn't really live a normal life basically. And he wanted to to be gone.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of controversy in the community to be like, oh, people are seeing that as like, that's the only option for those people. But it's like, that's not what it is at all. It's like, if somebody can find a way to live and be happy with that life, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like continue your life and do that. But for other people that's not a quality of life that they want. And it's not what they signed up for. They're used to, you know, it's detrimental to their well-being and mental health.
Sure.
Why are we keeping them around if they don't want to be here?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know?
Anyway, so watch the show.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. And there's a lot of like different things that happen where you're like, oh, that's interesting. Like, you know, so yeah, it's quite interesting.
We also, I can't remember if we talked about this in the podcast as well. We started a book club.
Oh yeah.
So we started reading a few books.
We read one book.
And so we're on to our second one. And the second one, I haven't actually started reading it yet. It's called Pachinko.
Yes, Pachinko.
Yeah. Pachinko. And it's, you know, it sounds really interesting. So I think it could be maybe something that people would want to read.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go, guys. Those are our life updates.
That's the life update.
Yeah.
So let's go into Am I the Asshole?
Yeah. We'll do a few more Am I the Assholes, guys. And then, goddamn, we're going to say goodbye forever. Well, maybe not forever, but who knows?
Am I the asshole for prioritizing my husband's birthday / first Father's Day celebration over dad's third death anniversary? Oof.
Oh, God.
So September is a busy month between my husband and I, 33 female, and my family. My husband's birthday is on the 2nd of September, my dad's death anniversary on 9th of September, and my husband's first Father's Day ever is 7th of September this year. Given it's my husband's first Father's Day, some months ago we decided to spend the whole weekend, 6th and 7th of September, with just us three to do something special. Last week, my mom told me she wants to gather as a family and pay respect to my dad on the 6th or the 7th of September. However, I explained to my mom our decision that this year we wouldn't join my family, my mom, brother, and sister-in-law for dad's third death anniversary, given how the dates have landed, and instead we'll go pay respect to my dad on a different day on my own time. She did not take it well, and started raising her voice at me and saying things like, no, this is so wrong. You have to come. Do you really think your husband's birthday is more important than your dad's death anniversary? And let's see what your brother, 35 male, has to say about it. I spoke to her about it again a few days ago, and she very unwillingly accepted my choice. But before the conversation ended, she again told me I'm wrong in my decision and that maybe your brother will call you and talk to you about it. I found it an odd thing to touch on again at the time because who is he to judge me? Okay. Today, my brother randomly reacted, haha, to my initial message to my mom in our family group chat, saying that I'd be busy on that weekend and would see my dad on my own time. I immediately cried because to me, it looked like my mom and brother were speaking negatively about me behind my back for my brother to have this reaction, and they obviously don't agree with my choice. Note that in the past, my brother decided to plan a trip to Europe, which overlapped with my dad's first anniversary, and my mom didn't bat an eye. And I stayed out of all this mess, and I kept my comments to myself and my husband only. So am I the asshole for wanting to celebrate special occasions with my husband instead of joining my family over my dad's death anniversary?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
First of all, your mom is extremely hypocritical.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck?
It's one of those, like, my son can do no wrong. Yep. My daughter is the fault of everything.
Yes. My daughter has to be here for this. She cannot sacrifice. God forbid she went to Europe on her dad's, you know, it's so crazy.
The son can do anything.
Yes.
He can do whatever he wants. The daughter has to fully be committed to this family.
Yeah.
And can never do anything on her own.
It's crazy. It's like actually crazy. I just don't understand it. Like, I'm like, what the hell? And I get it. Like, I do understand partially where the mom's coming from, but also it's like, could you not plan to have it on a different weekend then? Or does it have to be on the exact weekend? Or because it actually falls after that weekend. So maybe you could like do something during the week.
Yeah.
Or do like a little compromise if there's other things going on in that month. Like,
yeah. Does it have to be on the day? Like, sorry, I hate to say this. He's already dead and he's already gone. Like,
exactly.
I don't know. I just feel like if I was dead and gone, it's like, you don't even have to necessarily like get together, but like, yeah, that's nice. But like,
it is nice, but also live your life.
Live your life. I would rather, like, if I was the dad, not that he has a choice in the matter.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sure, like, if I was the dad, I would rather my daughter enjoy her life with her husband, go on a trip, you know, like, with people that are alive.
Yes.
Than, like, sacrifice a trip to, like, mourn my death 3 years after I died. Like,
yeah. I agree with you. I'm like, I get having these, like, sometimes having these, like, death anniversaries, or like going to the, you know, cemetery, pay your respects, all that sort of thing. But like to have it on a specific date, to be so rigid about it, like, I get it. The actual funeral, that's another thing altogether. Yeah. But we're talking about like getting together to like either like celebrate life or whatever. It's like, it's not such a like, this is just my perspective. It doesn't have to be so set in stone. It's like you can do what you want, and maybe each person does it differently. Like, maybe the mom wants to do something herself to celebrate her husband's death. You know, like whatever it is, or not celebrate it, but like to honor and pay respects.
I just find it so funny. The brother had a trip to Europe, which overlapped with the first anniversary. This is like the 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year.
And then like she didn't have a problem with that.
She did a bad night. And she just left it.
Be boring you. Mm-hmm. This episode be boring you. The final episode, you be yawning.
God damn. What do people say?
What do people say? Not the asshole, obviously.
Just reply back with, it's no Europe trip, I know, ha ha, but it's my husband's first Father's Day. I hope, brother dear, that you'll be able to step up and support Ma this time the way I did on our dad's first anniversary. There might be a little drama, but you'll just have to buckle up in these situations. Drama is inescapable. The more you back off for fear of drama, the more you'll be bullied. If they retort back with the excuses as to why your brother had to do the trip and blah blah blah, tell them nothing in life is compulsory. It is about priorities. This year, I'm with my family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's so funny that the brother can do whatever he wants, can go on a Europe trip, but you're not allowed.
I just think it's so crazy when parents, it frustrates me so much when there's this blatant double standard where it's like one sibling can do something such as this, where it's like, they're doing the exact same thing, almost, maybe not even the exact same thing, but like they've already missed an anniversary or whatever it might be. No issue was caused then, but now it is for her.
Yes.
Or it could be that she says there was no issue caused, but maybe the mom did message him about his Europe trip. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Someone wrote, not the asshole, the living are more important than the dead. I agree. Remember your father in your own way, when you want, how you want. Personally, I always found it odd that people choose to do things on the anniversary of the death of a loved one rather than that person's birthday, etc. But that's also true. Yeah, it's like, you know, maybe it's better to celebrate like, their birthday rather than like the day that they died.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's a tradition. Like, it's a tradition. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
there you go.
Not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
I agree. I agree, Roses, for once.
Oh, goddamn, you finally agrees. Finally agrees with me.
Am I the asshole for not dropping out of college to work while my dad has leukemia? I'm 20 and my dad was recently diagnosed with leukemia. He's always been the one paying for the house and supporting us financially, and even now he wants me to stay in school and finish my education. My mom, however, wants me to drop out and work full time. She keeps saying I'm selfish for focusing on school, and her side of the family agrees with her. They think I'm horrible for not contributing more financially. For context, I do work, mostly side jobs, but it's not a lot of money. Since she started pressuring me, I've taken on more work to try to make extra money. I already pay my own bills, like my car payment, Wi-Fi, phone, and pets, but now I'm stretched thin between working, school, studying, and spending time with my dad. My mom is mad that I don't have enough time to do everything. She's also emotionally abusive to me and my sister. She threatens to kick us out and leave us with nothing if we don't do what she says. She tells her family that she's the one paying for the house, even though my dad always has. So now they think I'm lazy and ungrateful. Part of the problem is my parents really never really prepared for anything like this, for something like this. They don't have health insurance or a plan for if one of them gets sick. So now a lot of the pressure is falling on me and my sister. I know my mom's dad also died of cancer when she was younger. So maybe that's part of the reason why she feels the way she does, but it doesn't change how she's treating us. So I'm stuck between my dad, who wants me to stay in school, and my mom and her family, who think I'm selfish and should drop out and work full time. Am I the asshole for not dropping out and choosing to continue school while working side jobs?
Oh, not the asshole. Here's the thing. if you have kids, I think the worst thing you can do is not preparing yourself for like your future.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this shows me the fact that they didn't have any like plan or like any health insurance. I assume they live in the United States where they probably should have health insurance.
Yeah.
It's like, if you can, like, and obviously like things are difficult. I understand this.
Yeah.
But it's like, when you don't try at least to set yourself up financially and you have children, you are putting the pressure on your children.
Yeah.
So it's like, that is not fair on the children. So the best thing, I feel like the best parenting thing that you could do for your kids is to do whatever you can to set yourself up.
Yeah.
So that your kids, they can do their own thing. Like, I'm not saying that you need to pay for your kids or you need to like make sure that they have, I mean, of course you need to make sure they have, you know, certain things, right?
Yeah.
Like until they're a certain age, but like setting yourself up should be the first thing.
Yeah. And I think I agree with that 100%. And I also think this is a bit tricky, but I do feel like at the end of the day, regardless of your family situation, we're all like individuals.
Yes.
And I really do strongly feel like whether or not you have family, you have kids, all of this stuff is, if you're having a problem like within your sphere or your partner or whatever else, it's like, that's your guys' issue that you need to work out together. Because think about all those people that don't have kids. What would they do in this situation? Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to kind of approach it like that. Now, if your kids selflessly want to help, then great.
Yes.
That's awesome. They have that, but they should have the choice, and you shouldn't pressure them either way. It should be something that either they want to do because out of, you know, like they're like, hey, I want to do this for my parents, or I want to continue going down this route and helping where I can, when I can. Because otherwise what's going to happen is, if you force your kids to do this stuff, number one is they're going to they're going to feel, some kind of way about it. Obviously, they're going to feel like later down the road, they're going to be like, oh, I missed out on this, or I couldn't have done this because I was stuck doing this for my family because I was going to get disowned or whatever else. It should ultimately be their choice. And fundamentally, you should try to deal with the issues yourself as much as you can. And if you do get help from other people, so be it. But like, ultimately, guys, like, this is the way I look at it as well, is like, we're kind of like all on our own.
Yes.
In many respects. So like, if some shit happened to me, like, yes, it would be great if my parents could help me. Yes, it would be great if my brother could help me. But you should never have that in your mind as the expectation. It's like, the expectation is somehow you got to make it work. And I feel like life has a way of like, somehow, you know, you figure it out. Like, you know, if all of a sudden you lost your job and all this other shit happens, you eventually find your footing and figure it out.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah. And like, I just don't get, like, I understand, like, you know, he has leukemia. It's obviously not a good situation, but also this is your child. Don't you want your child to also have some success? Like, he's obviously studying to do better things in life and to do good things in life. It's like, okay, so now he quits and he starts working and spends all his money on his dad. What about his future?
Yeah.
Like, you had a child, like, don't you want your child to be successful? And even the dad is like, don't quit fucking college.
Exactly. The dad is the one saying, do not do this. So what the dad should be doing is he should be having a chat with the mom and say, look, I don't want him to sacrifice this. I want him to keep going to school, you know, hopefully get a good paying job, blah, 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 all this shit. We'll figure this out ourselves. Yes. This is on us. I'm the one with leukemia. Let's not punish our son.
Yes. Someone wrote, how about your mom getting a job?
It doesn't sound like she does have a job, but
let's see. Someone wrote, if you drop out of college and work and hand all your money to your mom, you have college debt and nothing else. If your mom kicks you out because you won't destroy your life to make hers easier, you have the income from your job and an education. Not the asshole. Tell your mom to get a job. Dad can declare bankruptcy to deal with his medical debt, and maybe you and your sister can share a cheap apartment.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. A lot of people saying not the asshole. You're doing as your father requested. Your dad wants you to stay in school and finish your education. He's thinking about your future and would not want you to sacrifice it to help out with the family finances because of his illness. Exactly.
God damn.
Did you pick that one?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
So, Rose, you gonna do our last one?
God damn. This be the last?
It'd be the last
one,
God
guys.
damn,
this be the last. Am I the asshole? I have to find a good one.
You do have to find a good one, Roses.
Oh, God. We're going to do this one.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Am I the asshole for saying a friend shouldn't come on a group trip because she doesn't have enough money? Interesting.
God damn.
We are just in the early stages of planning this trip now, but it's supposed to be an almost week-long girls' trip. There are 6 of us who would go, but the problem is that one of the girls, let's call her B, doesn't quite have the budget for the trip. She can afford the flight and the hotel room, so it's not like she literally can't pay for the actual trip itself, but because her overall budget is lower than everyone else's, she's not going to be able to afford all of the activities I and the rest of the group want to do. When I've tried to kind of hint to her that maybe she should reevaluate going because of the money concerns, she's brushed it off, but based on past experience, I know once we get there, she's going to start saying stuff like, oh my god guys, the restaurant is so expensive. What if we just went to that cute food truck we drove past earlier? And even though the cute food truck does end up having good food, sometimes you just want to go to the fancy dinner. Eventually, I said this to her straight up, and she got mad because technically she can pay for it, the actual trip, like flights and hotel. But I feel like she's going to be dragging the rest of us down by making us obligated to do only the things she can afford. This is a tricky one because I genuinely see both sides. Like I totally do get where she's coming from, and I actually have no clue if I'm in the wrong or right. Am I the asshole?
Like totally. I totally also get. No.
Like I totally get.
I'm just like a little valley girl or something.
Oh yes, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Like guys, like I totally understand.
And she can like actually technically pay for the actual trip, like the flight and hotels. I mean, I feel like this is down to like a communication issue.
Yes.
And I'm like, you know what? You don't have to be a dick about it, but just say, hey, look, here's the plan that we're going to do. Now, we're going to do these activities regardless. So you can pick it. So we want you to be there. So come and pick and choose the things that you can afford. And if we're doing stuff that's too expensive, maybe you go off and do something on the side.
Yeah.
Like if we're all going to a fancy dinner one night, which this would kind of suck, but maybe you go to the food truck that night because you can't have a fancy dinner every night or whatever. You kind of like pick and choose your holiday a little bit. We still want you there, but like I can get that because it's like I don't necessarily want to sacrifice me going to certain restaurants and like nice things just because someone in the group can't afford it.
I agree. I think it's like, she can afford the flight and hotel, right? So obviously she can still come on the trip.
Yeah.
But there's 6 people. It's not like there's 2 of you, right? Like there's 6 of you. So I think you can definitely have some discussions. Okay, what kind of restaurants do we want to eat at? Do some of us want to go to the fancy restaurant, and do some of us want to save some money, go to the food truck, right? Like I think you can kind of like find a way to, you don't always have to be doing the same things every single day, right?
Exactly.
Every single meal. Like I've definitely had trips where like for example, some people want to eat at the non-vegan restaurant and I'd rather go and eat at the vegan restaurant. And so you just split up for a meal.
Exactly.
That's fine. Like I don't get why it's like she thinks that she just, again, like I think you need to just talk about it and be like, hey, like I kind of want to do these activities. It's totally cool if you don't want to do these activities. Yeah. We can kind of like, do these other activities together and then split for the,
But there's going to be things that I'm going to want to do, whether you want to do it or not.
Exactly.
And there's been plenty of trips where I've like gone on stuff where maybe my friend didn't want to do something, not because of money, but they just didn't want to do it or whatever. Then I just go do it myself. Like, so I think it's like having those discussions and being like, hey, we can maybe plan a dinner at the food truck. We can plan a fancy dinner. We can do kind of move around and do whatever. But like, if you can't afford something, just don't join us for that particular activity. Go off and do your own thing. Find cheaper things to do, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So not the asshole.
Oh, you think not the asshole?
I don't think it's the asshole, but I mean, I wonder how she brought it up with this person, right? Like
it says, eventually I said this to her straight up and she got mad because she could technically pay for it. But I feel like she's going to be dragging the rest of us down by making us obligated to only do things she can also afford.
Well, that wording isn't great.
I think it's like semi-asshole because like not fully. I think, yes, it's like a communication thing, right? Yeah. I think her to just say, you shouldn't come. Like, it sounds like she just kind of doesn't want her to come. Yeah. Right? Because it says, am I the asshole for saying a friend shouldn't come on a group trip because she doesn't have enough money?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, okay, basically, there's no room for compromise here. You either come and do the expensive things or just don't come.
Yeah.
So it's kind of assholey to be like, I'm assuming they're all good friends. So like, it's like, I'm trying to put myself in that position of, okay, if I have friend group and one person is definitely more on a budget, but I know that she can pay for like the main things, right? Like the flight and hotel.
Yeah.
Then I just be like, okay, like let's figure out a way to like, meet where,
Meet in the middle.
instead of saying, oh,
Don't
you shouldn't come.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think that's a bit asshole-y.
So someone wrote, I'm not sure if anyone is the asshole yet. All 6 of you need to sit down and set out your expectations. Yes, it's okay to tell your friend if the majority wants to do an activity or go to a restaurant, she can't afford it, she's not obliged to go, but you're all not going to adjust your plans to accommodate her budget. A little communication up front goes a long way. She may not like that no one wants to eat at a cute little food truck, but at least she knows up front, and the plans will not be catered to her budget. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, you just need to have a conversation.
Exactly. And like, I would have that conversation. Like if I was going with some friends somewhere and they were like, oh, we want to do this like super bougie experience that's going to be like super expensive.
Yeah.
And even if I could afford it or
I might not want to
do it. So then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad that you guys are doing that. I'm going to go do my own thing, whatever. And then kind of like what's happening and what's going on. And you can kind of like, again, build your own vacation.
Yeah, build your own vacation.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's see. Someone wrote, I have been the broke friend before. I would either go for parts of the trip, not the whole duration, so I could afford everything, or I would eat before going out to dinner so I could sit with everyone else and maybe have a small appetizer and be fine. Yeah, that's
exactly.
also an option.
You make it work for your budget. Like, we've all been there. Like I've been, when I was in university and stuff and we go on trips, like I would like pre-drink before we went to the bars to make sure like I wasn't spending too much money, or like, you probably wouldn't go to the most expensive restaurants, or you just order Appies. Like we've all been there.
Someone wrote, I think you're bordering on assholery, but it sounds like she can be an asshole on the trips as well. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think there is a little bit of like, because like if you can't afford it, it doesn't mean you should be like, oh guys, like let's go on.
This is too expensive.
Exactly. It's like, okay, maybe you should say, both of you need to be a little bit more like compromising, because she should be like, oh, guys, like you guys can go ahead, like it's not a problem, like if you want to go there, but like I don't think I want to spend that money, so I'm gonna go to the cute food truck. If anybody wants to join me, you can, but like it is a little bit like dragging the group down if you are gonna like basically make everyone do the thing that you want to do because you can't afford it.
Exactly.
So anyways, it says, my advice to you would be to lay out the itinerary, including activities and their costs and restaurants you want to go to, including the links to the menu. And you need to agree the itinerary with the other women so that it is fixed. And her helpful suggestions on changes can be met with nah. So she can either then accept it or decline because she can't afford it. And then it says, I think you would be the asshole if you don't give her this opportunity.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, it sounds like you're a well-meaning person, so I believe you'll do the right thing. Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. Anyways.
Yeah, so it's a bit divided, but I think both people need to be a little bit, you need to have a discussion.
Compromise, guys.
Compromise.
It's all about compromise.
Goddamn. And on that positive note.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
So guys, this is officially our final last episode.
Well, we don't know. Maybe we'll come back for a surprise episode.
Well, this is what
now.
This is what I was gonna say.
Okay.
And I left. It's funny. We just got back on this trip from Banff. With like the Canadian Rockies, with a big group. Some people I've met before on previous trips and all this kind of stuff, and it was really cool. Met some new people as well. But I always say this, and someone had told me this like years ago, because I used to get really emotional with goodbyes. And I think also as you get older with time, you get better at it. But I remember when I first started like backpacking and traveling, and I'd meet all these cool people, and people, over the years, people have come and gone in my life, right? It's the nature of life. It is what it is. Like, you're never gonna be able to stay in touch with everybody all the time. But I do think there's something to be said about like sometimes you reconnect with people, and life works in mysterious ways. And what I like to say is like, it's never goodbye. It's always until next time.
Yes.
And I think I'll leave you guys with that on the podcast as well, is maybe this isn't goodbye. And who knows, in the future, like maybe when things calm down in our lives and like,
maybe we'll restart this.
Yeah. Maybe it will be like an over 40s podcast or something. You know what I mean? So we're not that far away.
I know. Oh God. Closer to 40 than 30.
I know, that's true.
Way closer to 40 than 30.
Way closer at this point. So yeah, and I think just like, again, a huge thank you. We've built such a community here, a really kind and lovely community, and we couldn't have done it without you guys. Oh. So it's been really,
it's been amazing. It's been very fun to sit down and just yap for an hour or so every week.
Yeah, which those of you that know me and Rose personally know that we're good at this. And those of you that have come on the trips have seen it in person and know that it is very true. So
it's been so fun. And we're going to miss it for sure, because now, like, are we going to pay attention to the news?
I don't know.
Maybe it'll be a good break, from the news.
I mean, to be fair, this has been a big part of our lives for the last almost 6 years. We've been doing this pretty much every single Monday for the last 6 years, basically.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And now it's come to potentially an end.
Yes.
A soft end.
A soft ending.
With the door is slightly open.
It's ajar. Slightly ajar for potential future possibilities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for listening through the years.
Through the years.
Over half a decade.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That's insane.
I hope that you've enjoyed. God damn, it'd be emotional.
Enjoyed the content.
God
damn.
Yeah. How do we end this?
God damn, Rose, you'd be crying.
I'd be tearing up.
All right, well, you know what? We're gonna have to end it. And anyway, guys, thank you again. Like you said, the door is still ajar. There could be, maybe in the future we'll do some kind of random episode, or who knows.
Or we'll see you on a future trip.
Exactly. Or we'll see you guys on some future trips.
Go follow me on Cheap Lazy Vegan.
Yes.
Okay. You'll probably see him on Cheap Lazy Vegan.
This is very true. So, again, thank you so much for all the support. Hopefully, this podcast has helped you, or, got you through like breakups or COVID or whatever it might be. And, we aren't going anywhere, but like, who knows what's going to happen in the future.
The public episodes are going to be up.
Yeah,
okay?
they'll be up still.
So just listen to them.
Yeah.
We're acting like it's such a big deal, but like, you know what, guys? All good things come to an end.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. And this is us finally signing off.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.